Good morning, everyone. This is Cynthia with your daily tarot card of the day. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me. I'm going to take a moment and shuffle the cards while I tune into the energy of the day and my spirit guides for any messages for the collective for today. Go ahead and take a moment to tune into your own intuition, your own higher self, your own spirit guides. When the card shows up, be open to receiving your own guidance and messages. And as always, with the timeless messages that I provide, it doesn't matter when you happen to find this video, there's likely something here for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Collective energy. Spirit, what messages do we have? Okay, I'll go this way. I'll go this way. Bum, bum. Two of Wands. Lovely energy. By the way, this is the Sacred Circle Tarot. I know we've used it in a previous week, but this was the one that I was guided to pick up this week. There's information in the description box below. And we have our Two of Wands. Courage. The courage, I'm hearing the courage to step out of your comfort zone. Which is funny because sometimes our comfort zone is actually decidedly uncomfortable. But we have a hard time based on our definitions, our limiting beliefs, our false beliefs, our fears. Sometimes we get so used to that discomfort or the displeasure or the discontent that we find it more scary to step out towards what we really say that we want, what we clearly know is best for us. It's very, and that causes our motivational mechanism to actually hold us in place. And we berate ourselves for procrastinating or for not, making the improvements, or for the new habits not sticking, or for quote unquote falling off the bandwagon, or not following through with, or getting back on top of, if we start to say change our diet or our nutrition, right? And then we have a cheat day and then we kind of go back into our old habits without or we have a difficult time, with temptation or something thereafter. And then we get down on ourselves for not having, been able to manage or control things. And really it's because something was so new, or, we were afraid of making progress. Like sometimes our fears will self-sabotage and we think, oh, I shouldn't have had that cheat day because now I can't get back on track, or I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I just can't do it, right? But really there was something in our mechanism that wouldn't let us go all the way, wouldn't let us take the leap all the way, because there was a fear of completely making the change and leaving behind all of the old and stepping into something completely different. Or a limiting belief or something else came up that makes the temptations to go back to the old ways irresistible. So for whatever reason, all of that kind of pertains to that initial message that I got about having the courage to step out of your comfort zone. And it might not be changing habits or making lifestyle choices or, different things like that. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Sometimes even though you're in a job that you could weigh the pros and cons and whatever, but it still seems dissatisfying or unfulfilling. And we make our concessions. We give people the benefit of the doubt, we build up our tolerances to certain things. And in that, sometimes we can lose ourselves to what it is that we really want or what it is that we feel we should really be doing. Or we devalue, like, oh, I just got a raise last year. I shouldn't ask for another raise. Or, there's, no forward movement in this company and I'm just going to stay right where I am, or whatever the situation is, right? And we can build up tolerances. There's something to be said for that level of adaptability, but at the same time, when it comes to change, we have a hard time stepping out of that comfortable place, even if we don't like it, because we're afraid of something else. And even if we do try, that self-sabotage thing can come in and knock us off balance, because there's some kind of fear or limiting belief that we have that's creeping in to say, but you don't really want to change, do you? That's so scary. Look, you tried it and it didn't work. Go back to the old ways, right? And that's how we kind of keep ourselves stuck. We use our own, internal motivational mechanism psychology to self-sabotage ourselves without taking a full leap, or with taking a full leap but transitioning back and forth. And what I want to say with this conversation, that whatever it's applying to, whether it has to do with lifestyle changes or, your residence or your finances or your relationships or your career or the work that you do or your creativity or whatever it is, and it can be everything. And maybe you are only seeing it in one area vividly, right? But whatever this is, the courage to continuously try again. And when you fall back, it's not saying, why did I fall back into the old ways? Why did I? It's more of saying, oh, there must be something else there that I didn't realize was there and holding me back, right? It's more of like, so there seems to be something slightly self-reflective about using the feedback and the information instead of berating yourself or trying to overanalyze what's wrong with you. It's more so very straightforwardly, just open up to your spirit guides, your higher self, your intuition, whatever, whomever, that spark within you. Just open up to saying, there's something here that drew me back into the old ways. Step away from judging whether you need, more motivation or whether you need more discipline or whether you were right or wrong or made a mistake or anything like that. Step away from all of those judgments and just hold in your mind that this is showing me that something is still keeping me afraid of fully moving forward, or is testing my resolve. Something in my own ego is testing my resolve about fully moving forward. And instead of attacking the situation, instead of attacking yourself, just sit with it. Maybe treat your ego like it's the 5-year-old child that it is and say, I noticed you started screaming for my attention. We're working on something here. Maybe you need to be a team player. You know what I mean? Like, take that moment to give yourself a little bit of benevolence and a little bit of gentleness so that you can muster up the courage to try again. Because you didn't fail. Because you didn't make a mistake. There's just something that you didn't realize was still clinging on that maybe you need to address. So, it could be the courage to move forward. You might have an opportunity to consider how you really feel about a situation, or to consider what your next step of action might be. It could also be that if you feel like you're off balance with something that you had been working on, today might be the day to have the courage to try again. And it could also, again, like these initial messages were coming through, it could definitely be indicating a place of, you know what, if you want to make the change, go all in for the long haul, right? We're not looking at immediate gains. We're not looking at what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. What can I get out of this? We're looking at, I'm going to make this change and it's going to unfold somehow. And I'm open to the process of the unfolding. I'm open to making the change. I'm open to seeing where this is going and kind of making that decision to step out of what's comfortable, even if we're not realizing that. And I think that that's like the tricky part. And that's one of the key parts is, again, what we tolerate, where we give the benefit of the doubt, where we don't push because it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There are some areas where we don't push because we feel like, well, it's not necessarily in my way. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But when we take a step back from it and we go, oh, that's the thing that's not letting me move forward. So it could be, again, just taking that moment to discern what you could be tolerating in your situations, or that you're habitually relating to in a particular way, because even if it's not ideal, we're more afraid of making the change than we are of sitting in this complacency. So the courage to either make a decision or take a small step or small action towards, that seems to be today's energy. I love hearing your comments. So if you do have any of your own insights or messages that you would like to share with others, by all means, please drop them down in the comments below. Other than that, if you enjoyed today's messages, hit the like button. And I certainly look forward to being with you tomorrow. I wish you a lot of peace and a lot of blessings, a lot of joyfulness and clarity as you move through your day. And that fiery, passionate courage that allows us to sort of burn away the things that maybe we don't see in our blind spots, that could be holding us back. So cheers to all of you. Lots of love, lots of blessings. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.